And welcome back. Well, did you know that today is International Bikini Day? If you're not watching the chat wearing a bikini, go get it on. Okay. Women's swimwear changed forever when the very first bikini was invented by Louis Reard in 1946, 71 years ago this month. And it made an appearance at a poolside fashion show in Paris, of course. You can see it here modeled by Michelle Nadini. Of course, it's evolved over the years, and we thought it would be a lot of fun to take a trip back in time. And joining us with that assignment is our Regional Director of the Fashion Group International of North Florida, Adrienne Houghton. Thank you for joining us.
Nice to be here again, Maria.
So very interesting. This woman who we just saw wearing the very first bikini has an interesting background as well.
Yes, she does. She was actually a nude dancer, and the only person they could get to wear something so skimpy.
When we saw this picture, Adrienne, we were all really stunned that the very first bikini was so skimpy.
It was all about the fact that there was less fabric around because of the war. And so this, yes, Louis Reard came up with this wonderful idea that you can make a very attractive small piece of swimwear with less fabric. And he thought it would catch on, and it did to a certain extent. But then people got a little bit prudish perhaps, or prim about it, and decided to go larger. And so then you see from then up until the early 60s, really, that the suits were larger.
Well, let's take a trip back in time and start looking at some of those bikinis. Because you'll see, as we're going to see here, there's a lot of similarities, really.
Yes. The first and most obvious difference is that the fabrics that were then and now were different for the body, and so how everything's shaped. They really did have to fit perfectly in 1967. But the reason I chose these two to say then and now is the vented bottoms. You see on the hip on the 1967 suit that there's the little slashes, and they're so popular now. And then we have on the right Victoria's Secret where the vents are there. So that and also 1967 metallic.
I was going to say, is that metallic, or does it look like that in that picture?
No,
it's really
metallic.
Difficult to look at that picture and say that's 1967. I gotta be honest.
And that in 1967 that cost $22.
Oh, well, there's the difference. Because now it would be $122.
Yes, because with the Victoria's Secret on the right there, we've got a $39.95 bottoms and a $32.95 top.
Let's take a look at some floral bikinis.
Okay, so this blue floral, and again, it's staying with the same kind of shape. These don't have underwires. It's just molded fabric. But this one here has drawstrings on the side of the bottoms. And again, that's very popular now. But the reason then was that how daring do you want to be? How much can you pull those drawstrings up? It's interesting, isn't it? Because then you can see here, this drawstring on the right pulls that little sarong area right up.
Very interesting. So
blue floral.
Right.
Then and now.
So another really popular trend now, which who knew was popular back then, is a reversible bikini.
Yes. And this one was pure red, the other side. And I couldn't find the picture, but it was well known. And it was also made from a fabric called Antron, which at the time was very, very new and innovative and, sadly, very itchy.
Oh gosh, well that's
so it didn't last very long. And here we have the modern now, reversible. It goes from floral or paisley to stripe. So that's, yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Would they back then have, you know how now you would see a woman wear the stripes with the floral on the bottom, would they have reversed it that way, like where it one side? No, everything was matchy-matchy, of course.
Everything matching, yes. So there's another big difference.
So let's take a look now at this. I think is very interesting because they're very similar. I mean,
they are similar, and they're also from exactly the same company. So it's Janssen produced the one in 1967 on the left and on the right. And it was only $26 in 1967 and $128 today.
I love that ruching.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
And the shearing and just the whole way that it's draped on the body. Fabulous.
So what are we looking at here?
Now we've got sort of the bold bandeau kind of bra shape with an interesting pattern. And the reason I chose the one on the right for now is because it's only J. Crew. It's not from a swimwear company, it's from J. Crew, but they actually went to Italy's Ratti warehouse for the print, and they've been doing prints since the 1940s, and their most iconic prints probably came from the Ratti Italian fabric house.
Interesting how the cut of the bottoms of those bikinis come at the exact same spot. Yeah. All right, so now we're looking at lace one-piece bathing suits.
Lace, and I always think with lace that it's very difficult, but there was this beautiful back to that swimsuit on the left from 1967, and almost identical on the right. The slight difference on the right with now is that you've also got lacing up as well as lace. So, you know, that's the one now is from Charlotte Russe, $30.
Oh, wow.
And the one from 1967.
And the next one is
oh,
sorry, Adrienne.
That's all right.
And the next one is a really popular style. This is the scuba suit.
This probably is my favorite of all of them. And the one on the left is from Oleg Cassini, who made it for a company then called Peter Pan. And the one on the right, who do we have that one from? That one's from Venus Swimwear. And look how similar they are in so many respects. So it just goes to show you that really nothing is new. Nothing really has changed, apart from, I think, the structure of the products and the fabrics. That's what's changed.
The shaping has definitely improved, and all the women can thank the swimsuit designers for that.
Yes, and the fact that you can buy things separately now, so that if you are, you know, large at the top and small at the bottom, or reversed, you know, that you don't have to have that one size, because it doesn't fit all.
No, no, it doesn't. Thank you so much, Adrienne.
You are so welcome, Rhea.
All right, and for more information on Adrienne and the Fashion Group International of North Florida, you can visit them on Facebook or at northflorida.fgi.org.